entitlement management is part of Entra ID governance. It's also technically part of Entra ID P2, but it allows you to build access packages that comprise the resources necessary across apps, groups, SharePoint sites, all sorts of different things. Even roles, right? So intro roles can be surfaced into it. Take all of those things necessary to do a job, and then give some sort of policy-based way for users to gain access to that package. And what that does is it gets you out of the habit of putting users into groups. But it also honors where users are already in groups. So what does that mean? If I have a security analyst package, and I do in my demo tenant, and I show it all the time, I got to define how do you become a security analyst. Now, I am a huge fan of management by attribute matching, much more so than groups. Groups are great. Dynamic groups are better. Attributes. As long as you have a source of truth that writes your attributes correctly, attributes, man, that's where it's at. So, security analyst, if that is your job title in Entra, Entra matches you to that access package. Entra deploys it, and if for whatever reason the user can't gain access to something in that package, instead of going in and adding them to that group, I can just reprocess the package over and over and over again. What that enables is that as I hire more security analysts, I'm not duplicating accounts, not sharing credentials, I'm not setting a template account and creating copies of that or anything like that. I am simply putting security analyst in the job title and letting Entra do its job. Or I can have it assigned to part of a lifecycle workflow, so that whenever anybody triggers that particular one, whether again it's based on time-based, that starting on Monday to deploy it by the night before, whatever, I can have the lifecycle workflow automatically process and deploy the package. Lifecycle workflows, incidentally, can also rip the package back off. So we got this great interop here, designed to make sure that users have the access they need when they need it, and that access doesn't last beyond the period of time that they should lose access. Not just terminations, but mover processes. So there's a lot that's there, but we can also define different ways that people can gain access to it. And then different rules for managing that access. So one of the demos that I do pretty regularly is I have that same security analyst package, and I've defined separation of duties on it, so that if somebody who holds the compliance officer role or access package or group can't request it, but my main demo user goes into myaccess.microsoft.com and requests it. Trigger up to 3 levels of approval with that if I want to, and also just let it happen. But on that particular access method, where it's being requested specifically, it sets a 24-hour timer. It just removes it. Can't be extended, because I don't want to have to go babysit that. But I can also expose that same access package to a B2B user. Now, we discovered this years ago, and I've been beating the drum on this one for a long time, that you, if you have a trusted business partner, can expose applications, roles, all sorts of things in your environment to a user from another Entra environment through these access packages. You can define internal sponsors and external sponsors who are part of the approval process, so you don't have to get on the phone every time somebody new starts from your trusted business partner. We are seeing a lot of use of that in M&A activity. Really powerful. Anyway, super powerful stuff.